And now to tie it all together, it's my pleasure to introduce Deputy Secretary John Porcari. Deputy Secretary Porcari is the department's Chief Operating Officer, and since June 2009 has overseen the daily work of more than 55,000 DOT employees. The Deputy Secretary has made transportation's link to economic development and prosperity his key priority, leveraging his prior career experience as Secretary of Maryland's Department of Transportation and Vice President of Administrative Affairs at the University of Maryland. He understands the issues that impact multimodal transportation systems, including workforce development. John is a strong supporter of ITS and a champion of our multimodal approach. Please join me in welcoming Deputy Secretary John Porcari to the lecture.
Thanks, Greg. Thank you, Greg, and thank you for your outstanding leadership at RITA. It's the home of innovation at DOT, and it ties together a lot of what we do across the modal lines. And let me thank all of you for coming near and far for this conference. This is truly a worldwide endeavor. You know, with so much politics and policymaking focused on the short term, it's essential that we take the time to get experts from around the world, and we keep focused on the long view as well. And that's really what this conference is about. The key role that transportation has in economic development, in economic recovery worldwide today, and our future prosperity tomorrow through a connected future. That's really what this is all about. So there's a lot of things we can't predict, like what the stock market's going to do next week or how many jobs will be created next month. But one thing we do know for sure is that technology will continue to lead the way in how we work, how we learn, how we lead our lives. And in transportation, technology has the power to move people and products faster, more safely, and more efficiently. That's really what this is all about. So that's why the Obama administration, from President Obama to Secretary LaHood on down, is not just talking the talk, but walking the walk, investing in the tools that'll help us accomplish these goals. You've heard from my distinguished colleagues about a lot of the exciting technologies, smart sensors, next gen for air travel, positive train control for high-speed rail. Let's talk a little bit about the big picture and how these things tie together. Because, as you know, there's nothing more important right now than creating jobs and keeping our economy moving, and that's, again, true around the world. Throughout America's history, transportation has always been about more than moving things from point A to point B. It's been the driver of our economy, a catalyst for opportunity, and a powerful force for bringing people and products together. It's been the prime driver of our quality of life. President Obama understands this. He knows that all the investments we make in our infrastructure, whether it's for repair, construction, or implementation of new technologies, comes down to jobs. There are some who may feel differently, who are not making that connection, who might argue that tough times call for pulling back on the reins and throttling back on the investments we make. The simple fact is, today is our best chance to get this right, to build a better future. And again, the U.S. example, as recently as 2005, the World Economic Forum ranked America's infrastructure the best in the world. Today, we're not even in the top 10. In addition to the physical infrastructure, the technological and intellectual infrastructure that goes with it is key as well. All nations need to make smart decisions to build high-speed rail, upgrade airports, make their roadways safer, provide transit, move people and goods safely and efficiently. Everyone is focusing on safety, the environment, and efficiency. We all realize that we have to do this in the United States, in what is now a partisan environment. Let's not forget that transportation, until recently, has been one area where Democrats and Republicans have found common ground. And that's one of the reasons our department's so ably led by Secretary LaHood, a lifelong Republican. That's why the last two transportation bills passed the House of Representatives with overwhelming bipartisan votes. And that's why President Obama introduced the American Jobs Act. It's a package of targeted bipartisan ideas to get America working again, and it's built around transportation. It includes a $50 billion upfront investment in construction jobs, rebuilding our roadways, railways, transit systems, and airports in a more connected, multimodal way. It'll hire American workers to upgrade 150,000 miles of roads, lay or maintain 4,000 miles of track, restore 150 miles of runways, and put in place a next-generation air traffic control system that will lead the world. And it'll continue the targeted investments that we've made in the connected future that we've been talking about. But ladies and gentlemen, that's not partisan, that's just common sense. I'd also point out that the American Jobs Act includes a national infrastructure bank with $10 billion in upfront funding, specifically to leverage public-private partnerships for transportation and other uses. That bank will operate independently. It'll issue loans that emphasize two criteria: how badly a project is needed and how good it would be for the economy. No boondoggles, no bridges to nowhere, no unnecessary red tape. It's a way to help restore faith in transportation funding. And the third thing I'd point out in terms of the big picture is President Obama recently issued a memorandum that directed our departments and agencies to identify high-impact, job-creating infrastructure projects so we can fast-track them through the review and permitting process. I'm pleased to tell you that I'm co-chairing a committee with the chair of the Council on Environmental Quality to speed these projects through the system. We picked a number of projects, including the Tappan Zee Bridge in New York, the Whittier Bridge in Massachusetts, a transit system extension in Los Angeles and Baltimore, and next-gen technology at both Houston airports as some pilot projects to speed up the process. And I would point out as well that this is all funded without adding a dime to the deficit. So as we're thinking about the specific ITS projects and processes that we're working on together, let's make sure that we're looking past the ups and downs of the moment to building a worldwide transportation infrastructure that talks to each other, that works together, that puts people back to work. This is truly a forum for international cooperation, a forum for harmonization of standards so we can work together, and for working across global boundaries. You know, President Eisenhower once said that together, the united forces of our transportation systems are dynamic elements in the very name we bear, United States. Without them, we'd be a mere alliance of many separate parts. The same is true on a worldwide basis. In many ways, technology serves the same function. It brings us closer, it facilitates the exchange of ideas, it gives everyone a level playing field and a fair shot to succeed. Our parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents kept these United States united by refusing to let short-term setbacks stop them from thinking big. Now it's the time to do the same for our children and grandchildren. And when future generations look back on this moment, let's make sure across the world they see it as a time when we honored our past by building the roads, rails, runways, waterways, and the connective tissue that is ITS that'll carry us toward a more prosperous future. Thank you very much.